Looking forward to the Wayne Memorial Zebra Marching Band performance here. Very intrigued with this opening set. You can see that they basically created a perimeter around the stage. Looks like a little Dixieland band down front, and tons of green space in the middle. So, expecting to see some good motion as they begin to fill that green space, but actually looking forward to hearing more of the little Dixieland band down front here.
To miss New Orleans and miss her each night and day, miss the moss-covered vines and tall sugar pines where mockingbirds used to sing. How I'd love to see the old lazy Mississippi run into the spring. Midnight on the bayou to Creole tunes filling the air. I'm dreaming of magnolias in June, and I'm wishing I was there.
Characterization back there. Looks like brasses are coming forward to the open green space we were just talking about. All right, nice little clarinet playing going on down there too. Good job, ladies and gentlemen. I've appreciated whether you like it or not, electronics and voiceovers are becoming more and more a part of our activity. And I like the way they set the show up with the spoken word down there. Good. Nice place to open up the yellow silk there on that hit. Appreciate the little quote from Alexander's Ragtime Band. They do a good job of creating some motion here with this big follow the leader across the front sideline while they pull the brass and saxophones down to the back of that form. Really appreciate the openness and the form control. The kids, aside from playing well, definitely understand their roles as marchers and visual performers as well. fire drill or individual performances like that you want to be aware of is the human eye or the audience's eye is always going to want to try to find some semblance of design or logic in the chaos. So make sure that what you're doing is so far different from everybody else that it's obvious what you're doing. Looking side to side right now as the two vignettes left and right on either side of the drum line work these expansions and contractions of these solid forms. They seem to be handling the inquiries of dress downstage first or toward the front sideline first, and then side to side quite well. pushing toward the end of the show, this would be an excellent time for the auxiliary or the color guard to really explore more of that space. What they're doing, they're handling quite well. So, were I judging this program, I would want to see them maybe be moving around a little bit there. Maybe based on the length of time that we stood still at the end, maybe the show isn't done, so perhaps my comments are a little premature. But whenever you're in a standstill situation like that, where the band proper is standing fast and just sparking and blowing, as we say, that gives you a great opportunity as a guard designer to try to utilize more of the space, utilize that whole triad, include more dance to your guard work, so that way it just doesn't look like you're standing there in the flag.
Over the past 4 years, the Zebra Band was also awarded Grand Champion in the 2000
centered because they are the major pulse of your band. Drum chorus can get away with that because they rehearse 8 to 12 hours a day all summer. We in the band world don't necessarily have that luxury. So I think it's better in most cases to be more conservative with your drum line than any other section in your band. You need to make sure that you stage them well so that way every part of the band can feed off of that pulse. Because as much as we want to believe that our kids are watching the drum major and playing off from what the drum major is doing, the fact of the matter is most of them are just feeding off of whatever the drum line is doing.